Hey everyone, Pine Grove News Live. It is 6:01 p.m. on the East Coast anyway. 6:01 p.m. And it's completely dark. That hour that we turned back. I don't know, for some reason I thought it would be dark in the morning when I got up. Because it was dark to begin with when I got up at 6:15 a.m. in the morning. Turn it back. I don't know. But it was light this morning, so how that works. Just it's dark now. Very dreary day today. Off and on rain. And guess what? Trees are about, I'd say 95% brown. All the leaves have finally turned brown. It took 1 week. Last week there were some leaves coming down, very little, but there were still a lot of color. In 1 week, they turned brown. And they're not all down yet. There are a lot that are down because we've had a lot of high winds like we normally do, in this autumn season. Get those things down. But I'm not going to start raking yet. Every time I do that, I end up, as soon as I get it all packed up and into bags, where I got to haul them all to the front of the house. And then the following weekend, I got to do it all over again. And I do it at least two, 3 times. At least. 78 bags last year, I believe, in one lot. And about a dozen a lot prior to that. So, more and more leaves every year. Yeah, you don't believe me. I sent pictures to some of my fellow brethren out there last year. Yes. They can be, I don't know, up to my ankles through my whole backyard. You rake all that up, put it into piles, 78 bags. Anyway, good evening and welcome to Midterm Eve. I hope everyone's, I don't care. Tomorrow is the day, the deadline, I guess, the day. We'll see if this red tsunami happens. We'll see what goes on. In either case, still a lot of stuff going on around the world. Yeah, not everything's stopping because we have midterm elections tomorrow. No. But, yeah, stay tuned. I got, how Trump is with the media. Yeah, we're going to have a couple little headlines there with Trump talking to a reporter from NBC, blah, 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 and the things that he said. Now, remember, this is not a normal politician. He is a businessman, after all. He's made millions, not, more, being a businessman. So, I'll give you my thoughts on what he's actually trying to do. But you'll get a little feel for that after we go through the headlines, because a lot of it, is, what do you call that? Kickback, from other countries. Iran right now. Let's go to the some weather-related stuff, not just here on Earth, too. We'll start here first from the watchers. We got a few things here from the watchers, so I will just be like I normally do these days. Just give you the one link to the watchers, and then you can get all that stuff while you're there. Good site. Obviously they don't always put out all the news like, I don't. I just repeat it. I don't go out. I don't have the money to go, hop on a plane to go talk with somebody in Florida about tornadoes, I don't know that many people to go there and say, hey, yeah, you want to interview? Can I interview you about a tornado that just tore your house down? Yeah, I kind of wish I did, or else, I would do that. I wouldn't mind doing it. It'd be kind of fun and a little dangerous, but hey, at this point in my life, it doesn't matter to me. Guy wants to come out, because of something I asked or whatever, get all offended, hit me over the head with a spade or something. And no, I'm not being racist. It's a shovel, a rounded, pointed shovel, okay? So don't take offense to me calling it a spade, because it was called a spade way before a spade was called a spade. Anyway. So, destructive floods hit the state of Red Sea, northeast Sudan. So the heavy rains there caused severe floods, claimed the lives of at least 4 people, destroyed agricultural fields and homes, and drowned hundreds of farm animals. This is weather all over the world. The worst affected since the October 28th is the town of Tokor, also called Takor. A town of about 40,000 people located near the Red Sea in the northeastern Sudan. Red Sea. I guess at its closest point would be a little north, where our Lord God, showed his people, a miracle. They had given all up, all hope. They lost faith. They're stiff-necked people, Got them out of Egypt and so on and so forth, performed miracles, had the plagues come on Egypt and not on them, and then the firstborn dying, that was the last straw. And then they go and felt boxed in. They didn't have faith that Moses or the Lord could carry them through this. That was the promise. Them being his people, that he would take care of them. And he opened the sea. He opened the Red Sea and let them cross on dry land. It wasn't just open and it was muddy and mucky and, couldn't get the chariots or whatever, wagons, whatever, couldn't get them through. No, it was dried. It was open, well, the ocean on both sides like walls, and they're walking on dry land. That wasn't enough for them either. That miracle was not enough. But again, it was a different time. There was more face-to-face opportunities with the Lord. Angel of the Lord came many times. So prayers for the people of Sudan there. Early season snowstorm isolates the Kashmir Valley, causes massive power outage in India. So they experienced a violent start to the winter season. Over the past couple of days, with the first snowfall of the season, disrupted power supply, road links, and isolating Kashmir Valley. The region typically sees its first snowfall between the months of December and February. Weather is just whacked out, people. It's whacked out everywhere. Everywhere. People's eyes should be, waking up right now and saying, yeah, things are just really messed up. Things are not normal. Why? Why? How come they're not asking why? I mean, this is what the whole thing is about. Little here, little there. Now they're going to get worse and worse. I hope that there's a lot of people woken up from these things. I mean, even my unequally yoked wife and my daughter-in-law yesterday said that Yeah, no, we're going to stay in our little bubbles, okay? We got a little taste of what it is out there, and we don't like it, so we're staying in our own little bubbles. We're going to choose not to hear any more of that. Yeah, imagine. A lot of people like that. So at least 700 people were evacuated from Johar Tunnel, stranded due to the inclement weather and snowfall. Thousands of civilians were provided food and shelter in Banahaw, while Kashmir Valley remains cut off from the rest of the country for the volcano. These things that are just popping up everywhere down there and seems to be moving along the San Andreas, and just another indication that something may be brewing. I'm telling you, I think that once either the I'm not sure if it's the Cascadia up there in off the coast of Oregon, Washington. If that goes off, and or if the San Andreas goes off, whoever goes off first, I mean, they're both people are waiting for this to go off. It's imminent. Maybe that's why they started the fires. Maybe that's why they're burning everyone out. They won't leave. They're stubborn. They're stiff-necked. So I don't know. Maybe you got to burn them out to move them along. Move them into the country. Because if this thing goes off, I mean, this is going to be one earthquake that will be felt around the world. If the San Andreas and this fault zone up there in Washington, Oregon go off, that is the whole West Coast. So the reason I've brought these mud things up, though, besides that little point there was a video out yesterday or over the weekend. I believe it was Fox while this was being filmed, filled with military equipment. Yeah, and I know that, it happens. We make military equipment and we sell them and we ship them out. But there's been a lot of talk about military maneuvers, especially with this southern border thing and the caravan, the migrants, and the 15,000 now. Okay? I'm just saying. When there was 800, when the first figure 800 was sent down there, I told them that they needed 15,000. Now, I'm not saying just because I said it. I'm just saying it because it's one heck of a coincidence. I don't know. So now they got that 15,000 down there, and all these Constantine wires, all this other stuff. So what's interesting anyway. These mud geysers. Okay, let's go on to other storms. This one's from the heavens. Title of this is CHHSS Sparks G2, a moderate geomagnetic storm. Okay, this answers my question a little bit, but I would like response from somebody. My phone, okay? Normally, by the time I go to work, because I listen to sermons all day and I listen to praise and worship music all day, there are times when I don't have it on, but I can go into work with it being 97% and come home and it's anywhere between 50, 30% the lowest, okay? That is the real lowest if I'm using it all day. Now today, I'm just saying, every time I'm looking at my phone, it's dropping, another 5%, another 3%. I mean, it was dropping drastically. I had to turn it off 2 hours before I got home because it went down to like 13%. And then next thing you know, I just took a 2-minute walk across the parking lot and then my phone was shut off at 0%. They shut it off. So that has never happened before. Maybe it's the battery running low. Obviously, that's That could be it. But this geostorm, you know, when I come home, started researching the news. You get this geostorm in the news. So can that have an effect on any kind of, you know, battery type, you know, life? Will it drain it? Can it drain it? Oh, it's a geomagnetic storm. So in any case, that is something I want to throw out there. Anybody know anything about it? I don't, so I'm asking. So the planet is under the influence of a positive polarity coronal hole high-speed stream. That's what the CHHSS is. That is, again, corona hole high-speed stream. Over the past 24 hours, geomagnetic storms reaching G2. Moderate levels were registered November 5th, which is today. So anyways, this warning of this geomagnetic storm, this G2 level, will happen until tomorrow. So it'll last till tomorrow. Solar wind parameters are expected to remain enhanced on November 5th and 6th due to the continued influence of a positive polarity CHHSS. Conditions are expected to trend backwards near background levels on November 7th, as influence from the CHHSS is expected to slowly wane. Now there's the link with the graphs they show you. Sometimes I understand the stuff, other times I just go right by it. But here's another, you know, heavenly event. Again, asteroid 2018, VP1, past Earth at 0.39 LD. That's lunar distance. 0.39. That is almost 1/3. Or it's a little more than 1/3 of the distance from here to the moon. That's the distance they're measuring. Again, there have been a lot of these things that have been reported, and usually they're reported hours, mostly days after they've already passed. They're not going to tell you if there's something coming in and it's going to hit. They'll never tell you that. They never will. And you've got to understand the reasons why. Everybody knows why. You tell people this, and, you know, just like all the other Hollywood films, you're going to have total freaking chaos. You think this planet, this world is messed up now? Tell them that there's an asteroid coming and that it may or may not hit. If there's a may in there somewhere, or a yes, people will go spastic. They will flip out. They will act like and do things that they normally, I guess, they wouldn't do. But if they do them, I guess they would, right? Can't you just be civil? You know? Anyways. Knowing Jesus Christ just changes everything for that. It changes the perspective for us anyway, us Christians. Yeah, because anyway, no. So, I mean, a lot of these lately. I'm just saying that there is a lot of these asteroids that they're not telling us until they go by. Because I'm probably sure that while they're watching this thing come in, that the probability of knowing where this is going to hit or miss usually is probably somewhere at a scale of 9, which is highly well, that means that they don't know. The higher the number for that one is the fact that they do not know. If there was a 1 or 2, then, you know, that's a more favorable in the regards to knowing where it's going. So, I mean, you know, you can go to the JPL, Jet Propulsion Laboratory. You can, you know, look these things up, and you could track these if you want. I've done it from time to time. I haven't done it in a while. Because I really don't know. I don't want to know. I really don't care. If there's going to be, Planet Nibiru or Planet X or whatever it is that's going to be coming in, I kind of already am ready for it. I am. We all should be ready for it too. Just means that things are escalating in a way that just affirms what the Bible tells about prophecy and about these things happening. Signs from the heavens. So I expect these things, and just, you should too. You should expect them. The Bible says so. The Bible has not been untrue yet. A lot of scientists that actually, go to the Bible to find some things out now because they know how accurate it is. Yeah, they've admitted it. All right. So over the weekend we had, I believe it could have been yesterday, 6.0 here over the Philippines. Right down in there. Showing a map for everyone who's seen it on YouTube Live. Everybody in Mixler cannot see anything that I'm doing. They can only hear me talking. How boring, right? Yeah, I mean, bad enough to hear somebody talking and continually talking. But not have anything to actually fix your eyes to. Anyways, for an hour, I can't listen to some things for an hour. So, blessings to those people who can sit by and listen to this news. In any case, let's go on. This is from the week. Here we go with the reporter and Trump. The reporter asked Trump about his offensive campaign ad. And if you haven't seen it, heard about it like me until today. Apparently he put an ad out there referenced, well, let's just read a little bit of this. I don't want to get Trump was asked about his offensive campaign ad, and Trump's reply was, well, your questions are offensive. And I just cracked up the first time I heard that, because I could, he, like I said, he's not a lifelong politician. He's a man that says things that are hard for people, but he's a businessman. A lot of what you say is, anyways, pretty gruff about it, but that's what I like about him. I believe he's more, like people have said, more of a people's president. So your questions are offensive. No, your questions are offensive. And so anyways, there's a lot of NBC, CNN dropped them, won't play the ads anymore. And so there's a big thing about that ad. So today Trump was asked about decisions by NBC, Facebook, and even Fox News to no longer run an ad from the Trump campaign, which connected an undocumented immigrant convicted of murder to the caravan of migrants coming from Central America to seek asylum in the United States. CNN had decided not to run the ad after deeming it racist, and NBC pulled it after airing it on Sunday, calling it insensitive. This is what we've become. America's no longer America. We're Canada too. We're Canada too. Okay, because Canada does not allow free speech. No, you can't be, and you have to be sensitive. You have to consider other people's feelings. That's Canada, and you can't. There is no hate speech, and we've actually made it a law here too, right? Hate speech is now, I believe it's a law. Tell me if I'm wrong. I thought somewhere along the line you can be arrested for hate speech. So Canada too. because I've seen Canada. I know it can. I've been to Canada. You know, I've seen people not be able to go there and speak their mind because there are speakers who have you know, been signed up in Canada to perform somewhere, to speak somewhere, and then, you know, very closely after that denied to speak there because of their particular topic or the way that they speak it. So, yeah, this is the way the thing's been going here. You know, you can't offend anybody. So, I mean, that's in the Bible too. Yeah, people will, you know, be so offended. And so we're making and changing laws and fines and doing all kinds of stuff because things that we say may offend somebody. So, or we have to be politically correct. Bunch of crap it is. Either we have free speech or we don't. And apparently right now, we don't. We're not under the Constitution right now. We're still under the Wars Powers Act. Go research it yourself. Go find out. I did. Go look at the Patriot Act. That just adds on to it. And that's why 9/11 happened, so that they could make that law. So that they could go and without evidence, substantial or not, search somebody without warrant. It's just sad. It's very sad. And folks, this is what Trump, so far, in my opinion, is trying to get back. In any case, I won't go on about that because there's just a lot to say about it. Anyways, this ad, yeah, people are getting upset. He's ticking off a lot of people. Yeah, if this is what America was beforehand, you know, when they worried about what the president of the United States was going to do, okay, if we messed with them, well, if that's the signal we need to send, then we should send it. And I'm tired of giving away billions of dollars, billions, people, to other countries who hate us. I mean, Egypt. I mean, all those Central American places that are now, you know, on a crusade to, you know, rush into the United States illegally. Honduras, you know, those places around there. I can't remember the rest of them right now. And then they, you know, supposedly got, you know, others from other countries around the world. Anyways, yeah, so NBC. President Trump's final television ad of the campaign season has been widely condemned for its inaccuracy, fear-mongering, and bigotry. This is from CNN. It was rejected for airtime by CNN, but ran on NBC Sunday. That's just another headline. Basically the same stuff. Yeah, so mainstream media, who he does not like, calls fake because they are, well, fake news. Well, it's scripted news. Okay, it's agenda-style scripted news, and we don't want to hear that anymore. We want to hear exactly what's going on, not what some elite group who have nothing else better to do but to play God and tell us what they want us to know so that we keep in line and keep working and keep paying exorbitant amount of taxes. I mean, what would our I could just imagine what our brothers and sisters, you know, who put together this country and the Constitution would think about all this taxation that we have now in everything. I mean, I haven't made a paycheck. I have been for a year, but before that, for, I don't know, 15, 20 years, I didn't bring in a paycheck. I didn't have Social Security, federal income tax, Medicaid, Medicare, Social Security. I think I said that already. I mean, 5 or 6 things taken out of your paycheck. And then we have to call that gross. I don't want to get into the gross and net freaking income, because a lot of people go on your gross income, but you don't actually bring home that gross. You don't make that money. They take it from you. I'm tired of them taking it from us. They've taken enough. They've grown too big. They need to be cut back, not ramped up, not given more, not expanded. They need to be taken apart. They need to be made smaller, a lot smaller, a whole lot. Then we finally be able to, if we cut out half the government right now, even a third of the government, and these other special interest things, if we cut all that out, I could probably go on a vacation. You'd probably be able to go on a vacation. And you people that, can't do that and, live check by check, you might even be able to buy groceries. Yeah, where you want, not where you have to, at Walmart, where they sell you the outdated, rotated stock from the cities below our feet. Okay, that's where Walmart gets their food from. And it's relabeled. It's not labeled when it goes underground. It's labeled when it comes out of the ground after it's been rotated and then put into freaking Walmarts to sell you. Because I know the stuff we buy from Walmart goes stale within a day or so, depending on what you have, and some of it is already stale. I mean, stuff that's been inside boxes and inside foil wrapped stuff is stale. It's just not fresh. It's not good. Get off that. Sorry. All right, so here's, Trump in action and his sanctions, and good reason why. I mean, that's another reason why North Korea, again, now is threatening with the restart of their nuclear program again. I mean, if they're going to stop, okay, literally stop, and I don't mean pretend to stop, let's stop the sanctions. Those people are starving over there. Come on. Their government don't care about their people either. I do. Anyway. So this Farrakhan in Iran. Death to America, he shouts. Agrees with Islamic regime that U.S. is a great Satan. Well, I think this whole world is influenced by Satan. It's just a matter of degrees. So, obviously, Iran is upset. There's more sanctions put on them, and they don't like it. No. And from the end time headlines, let's just go on. Developing U.S. militia groups head to border. Okay. Gun-carrying civilian groups and border vigilantes have heard a call to arms in President Trump's warnings about threats to American security posed by caravans of Central American migrants moving through Mexico. They're packing coolers, tents, oiling rifles, and tuning up aerial drones with plans to form caravans of their own and trail American troops to the border. I've seen this coming. I've seen all it coming. I don't, but anyway. We'll observe and report and offer aid in any way we can, said Shannon McGogley. And that's what they should do. Because, again, I have nothing against people coming to this country. That's how this country was formed. That's who we are. We're made up of many peoples. It's not the peoples, it's the process. We've got to fix it. And not going to fix it by storming 7,000 men, 99% of them men of fighting age from different countries into the U.S. Not going to happen. Somebody's going to get hurt, yeah. Hopefully it will be minimal. But remember, people, if anyone, Go tell those people not to pick up any rocks, not to throw stones, because they will be hurt. I mean, what would you do if somebody threatened you? Okay, come from another country. Just say that there was, I don't care what country it is. I don't care, whether it's South America, Middle America, Europe, Europeans, Chinese, Japanese, whatever. If you saw a bunch of foreigners walking down your street and stopped at the front of your house, okay, and they all looked to the ground and they were all getting ready, picking up stones, okay, what would you do? First of all, you'd be pretty a little bit scared about now, thinking, well, why are they picking up stones? Are they going to throw stones at me? I mean, what would you do? You have to do something. Are you going to let 7,000 people pick up stones and throw them at you? That's how they used to kill people, and actually they still do over there in the Middle East. The Bible talks about that as judgment for some, and I've seen it actually happen, supposedly, on a video, somebody being stoned, and they bury you up to your neck. The one I saw, buried up to your neck, and they threw rocks at your head. And, I saw the head anyway flinching while these stones were hitting him or her, I forget who it was, and then finally go limp after a while. People were actually enjoying themselves. It's a barbaric thing to do, and it's just dark, very dark. So let's go on. Let's see. Also from the End Time headlines, rumors of war. Okay, again, Iran president warns of war situation as sanctions resume. Okay, we've heard those warnings before. They feel a little bit stronger this time. And what's this, what's this big play on the stage? What are they doing now? What are they, anyway, I have no clue. What are they doing now? When we thought this Iran, North Korea thing was gone, okay, so the next bully was apparently Iran and China, with the Spratly Islands and Taiwan, rumors of wars and threats of wars, we definitely have that. And we have wars, kingdom against kingdom. We have that already. We have a lot of these things that are in Matthew and Luke. Talks about the end times happening now. So let's look at some other things. This is a video from Jason A, and it was out a little while ago. It was actually published January 21st, 2018. It's very disturbing. If you're following, this AI thing, this artificial intelligence, and how Elon Musk has come out and mentioned that we may have opened Pandora's box. We may have created something that we soon will lose control of. And then about the transgenderism, this transition between human and machine, and how they can take your memories and who you are, I guess. They can't take your soul, because they'll get everything else but your soul. They can get your memories, your thoughts, your dreams, and maybe even, some emotions to these things, and upload them into this, this made-up body. It's was at a show.
First time I died was in 1990. New technology
It's very disturbing. They actually had, I mean, they actually had people put inside plastic bags to make it look like, they're just, this lump of clay in here. And you can go and select between a male or a female. You can see in the background here where it says Netflix. Very interesting. So this will change your reality, just like the title says. From Jason A. I'll leave the link in here. Go watch it. It is very disturbing. These elites, they're looking for immortality. And if any of this is true, and a lot of people say that it is, that they can take your memories and other things and upload them into a made-up body, that's actually organic, yet, part machine, the transhumanism thing. And so, but they're forgetting, everyone needs to remember that you need the thing that makes you is your soul and the spirit that's housed in this soul. Even animals had a soul, which made them react in different ways. Like a dog would act like a dog, or a cat like a cat, and certain stimuli around them. That's the soul that's in all living things. But we house a spirit, and they're forgetting that. And this is what's so vile about this, because they think that they can just put all this other stuff that's outside the soul into this body and telling everyone that this is okay. You can live forever, The body gets damaged, just go into another body. If you get to a certain age, you don't like it, go into a younger body. This is what they're trying to sell. This is probably what the devil or the beast or the Antichrist probably can do. Part of the miracles and signs and wonders that this particular system, beast, or man, or whatever it is, we'll be able to do. I believe it's still, we're going to have some kind of alien intervention, and these aliens, who really probably will just be the fallen angels, coming back, okay, and tempting man and performing miracles. I think we already have the cures for diseases and cancers and other stuff, but Big Pharma is too busy making money from that while you're sick. So you're made to be sick. Come on, I've been thinking about this all day today. These hand lotions, these perfumes, everything. The hand lotions, the one, I keep telling my wife, she's constantly putting on this lotion. And yes, while the lotion goes on, and maybe even for, an hour or two after that, their hands are soft. But what happens? It eventually dries up again. Because you know what? First of all, if it's scented, it's got alcohol in it. And you got to check. A lot of these things have alcohol in it, and they put it on the label. What does alcohol do to your skin? Get out. Hello? Then what do? Oh, I got to get more hand cream. I got to buy more hand cream. This is what they do with many or all products we use. We get, we could talk about this another time. Sorry, again, I'm getting off the trail, but you should know this. These things, this is just vile. Anyways, you need to go see that video. Jason A. Probably one of the best ones he's ever put together. Yeah, this one I want to talk to a little bit about too. Faithwire. This is from Faithwire. Lauren Daigle has a few words for those criticizing her for singing on the Ellen DeGeneres show. Oh, no, it's however you pronounce her name. So, yeah, my nose is getting stuffed up, and I think it's the air now is drier. Christian singer Lauren Daigle shared a few words earlier this week for the few who have criticized her for singing last month on daytime host Ellen DeGeneres' talk show. While most people were happy to see You Say singer-songwriter perform on DeGeneres' show, some criticized Daigle's decision because the talk show's host openly gay lifestyle. Okay, people, I can see how you might take that, and believe me, at first that's how I took it. Yeah, we're not to be partakers of this. Like, somebody else told me one time, love the person, but hate the sin. Okay? That doesn't mean that you know, shun them like, what's that, like, that old disease where the skin all falls apart. And, anyways, knew it. These little words like this I keep forgetting. So, anyway, love the person, hate the sin. And I'm not going to go hang out with Ellen, either, because she is in that sin, and she knows it. I know it. So I'm not going to be her best buddy. I'll give her the respect as a person and the love for her as a child of God, gone astray, just like a lot of us, gone astray in one form or another. It doesn't have to be just because they're gay, other things. When Jesus went on to say, even if you hate your brother, even hating your brother is murder, and both of them are sins. It's all sin. So in any case, because I used to make a big deal about, oh yeah, well these people are playing at this particular get-together concert type thing, and the way in which, or the title of this particular setting may be offensive. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you about this, except because Lauren, she's a Christian. Ellen is not. That's all I'm saying, folks. Is we can't put somebody else down for doing something, especially if you don't know, the background of what happened, or anything about either one of them. Just because she sang on Ellen's show, so now she is not a Christian and blah, 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 blah. No, that's not what we are to do. No. And yes, I don't watch. I mean, unfortunately, when I turn the TV on when I first get home, as well as computers, he just happens to be on that particular channel that I leave it on from the night before. Believe me, I still do not watch that much TV. It may be on. I don't know. I'm not. How do you say that? I'm not defending myself for watching it. I should not be watching any of it. I just feel a lot better when I don't watch it. I really do. But compared to how much I actually watched in the past, what I watch is just about nothing. But anyway, I think you get my point here, hopefully, I don't know. So I forget who said that, though. Love the person, hate the sin. I mean, we are to expose all that stuff, yes. And once it's exposed, I mean, we tell our our faults one to another. We bear each other's burdens, and if they continue to sin, well, then we create a distance. We brush off, our feet and go on our ways. That's what Jesus told us to do. We can only help so much or make reference or a suggestion, and in a loving way, of course. And after that, it's up to the Lord, because we can't do anything. He does everything anyway. In any case, got more headlines here. It's from the Big Wobble. 2/3, and we've talked about this a couple weeks ago. 2/3 of all animal and insects extinct by 2020. Actually, I think it's the same darn thing, different format. Dying oceans, fish replaced by plastic. 1 in 5 of the world's plant species are threatened. Yeah, it's climate change. It has nothing. I won't go there either. That's a big subject too to talk on. But this is not the first time we've heard this, and we constantly hear of things that have died off, mass die-offs. We hear about them. I hear about them quite a bit. So, in any case, look at this. Water crisis developing in Iraq after tens of thousands of dead carp wash up and 100,000 people hospitalized from the water pollution. Yeah. You gotta know that something's going on. These things are these. The Bible does talk about it. I don't know exactly where off the top of my head. I really wish I could remember these things. Someone talks about these things will be taken away from us. These things that he gave to Adam, and Eve to take care of, to name. Adam had to name every one of them. And then now they're being taken away. And the Bible does say that they will be taken away. What are we going to eat after that? Well, we have to go back to the fruit trees, right? Or something like that. What happens when all the trees are dead from this, something that's going on with the sun, or all this spraying and chemtrails and water pollution? Can't you see what is going on? That these things here all around us are just vanity. They're just here temporarily. So you got to ask yourself, well, if this is temporary, what's next? That's probably something you should be asking. What's next? Where do I go from here? There's got to be something else than this. That was one of the biggest questions I've asked, and the Lord answered me in His time. Is, God, are you real? There's got to be more than this. There has to be. I gave, reasons and instances and why there has to be more. And if you're asking yourself those questions, go pray. Go open up the Bible. That's where I got my answers. Yeah. Anyways, hope you find your answers. I hope that tragedy does not strike you before you can actually find those answers. Pray that you find them. If you're seeking, I pray that you find them. If you're seeking, He'll find you. So with that, everyone, I just want to say blessings to everyone. Blessings to those who will receive it. Keep your family close. They're terrible times, tumultuous times. Well, God bless you all, and peace out.